Terrible. How's everyone doing today? Let's see, who do we have in chat so far? Mario, Ryoken, Mac, Johnny, Cheops, Florian, John. How's it going? Yeah, so my expectation is that, the server issues are still ongoing, which is what I'm hearing from multiple people today. And that has just really deflated like my motivation to play much in the past couple of days. That's why there's not been a review out for the Breen Dread, because it's just so difficult to actually test anything with the current server performance. So I'm going to start off here just getting my endeavors done. So I need to just head over to New Kara. And my character's not there right now. Servers are foobar. Terrible. That's not what I want to hear. But yeah, that's what I've been hearing. The servers are not great today. Maricat, Toxin, Cat, S-Trek, Findan, how's it going? The Chosen. My character is not on the correct map. I need just a moment here. Let me pull up something. Yeah. I'm gonna blink my screen out for just a moment.
This is your lucky spin.
Just a moment. Oh. Any theories on when the next lore blog for STO will release? I don't know. Gotta head over to Nakar though. I normally keep this character over there, but it got away. So the next story drop should be happening, probably around September. So I guess probably early mid-September you might start to see some lore stuff come out. Yes, I forgot that not all of these commands actually work, or like to go to certain places. Let's go, Ryza. Is that close enough? There we go. It's all perfectly fine right now. Viceroy, thank you for the follow. Darthon, Mia, Stuka. Just heading on down to New Car so I can get some of my endeavors done here. Yeah, I saw people were even rubber banding around in sector space the other day. That's pretty rough when that happens. Slowly heading over. This character does not have a very fast ship for sector space. Yeah, first gen i7. Oh boy, that is, yeah, that's a bit old. Steel, you got the Breen promo on PlayStation today? Nice. Yeah. Helptron? Yeah, I still need to make a Delta Recruit over on PlayStation. I just have not felt like it the past couple of days. I also have not been doing the current event over on console just because I like it's a cool set. I don't think it's gonna do anything for that account, so I just haven't bothered. Alan, how's it going?
Enemy targets on sensors. Enemy combatants in close proximity.
This is STO's endgame right here. Sitting in an acid pool so you can take damage to get your endeavor done. Captain Katainer, I hate to tell you this, but they're basically on the 15th gen of i7s right now. They've stopped calling them i7s, but you know, they're 15 generations in. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, that streaming PC that I put together earlier this year, like that's on basically, you know, 15th gen. Even though they decided to rename it to the Core Ultra, which is just such a terrible naming scheme that they have going on there. Between that and all of the issues they had with 13th and 14th gen processors, you know, just like degrading over time, Intel's, you know, in just such a great spot right now. Yeah. Sora, how's it going? You should log into the game and see how your fleet's doing. Sean? I mean, Nukara wasn't too terrible there. Now I'm going to do a private Operation Wolf to get my 60 Terran kills in. So, Operation Wolf. And we'll see how long it takes. The AMD laptop, I mean, the laptop processor names in general just has been terrible. Dark.
Everyone's here? Good. Let's get started. In this simulation, you'll be infiltrating the Terran Space Defense Fortress. Your objective? Acquire critical...
Yeah, space has been terrible. I mean, people were saying the Voth battle zone on ground, you know, that's been pretty bad as well. So, still can't get over the new Lita. There are some things that they redid over the years for the game that, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of. For me, the biggest one's what they did to No Win Scenario Kobayashi Maru. I do not like the new Kobayashi Maru, especially with it just constantly moving. I really miss the original No Win. I think they should have left the original in, even if it was just Elite only. Like, that was...
Get to the consoles down in the security
for many of us that were around back then, like, that was a big thing to do. You know, going in, completing No Win Scenario, getting the Kirk's Protege accolade. Like, that was a big thing back in the day, and then they just ripped it all away. Like, there's some of that older content, yeah, it doesn't look good visually, but, you know, this game's 15 years old. It's understandable that there's going to be parts of the game that don't look great. Just completely removing content, I think it's stupid. You know, look at Destiny 2. That game's been suffering for removing how much of its earlier content. It just... Even if it doesn't match what the current visual standards are, like, leave it in. It's content. It's already done. I don't know. Honestly, I haven't paid that much attention to Toledo, I don't know specifically in this case. Mark? The Big Dig, yeah. Like, Terradome, No Win Scenario, like, this older, earlier content, like, just bring it back. Make a No Win Scenario, like, Elite only. Let people go in and get that accolade again. Like, that was so fun to do back in the day. Like, I know it would be stupidly easy nowadays for people with the current builds, but, you know, still, give people something else to do. Yeah, the new Kobayashi Maru, it's also, like, the only way to really heal the Kobayashi Maru is just to constantly keep a protomatter field projector up on it. And now with, you know, the Unconvoven stuff, like, that's not even really a challenge. That's just how long do you and your team have to sit in this TFO? Like, it's Kobayashi Maru, the new one that they did a couple, well, how many years ago is that? Probably like 7 or 8. Like that, it's not a challenge, like, skill wise, really anymore. As you approach higher performance levels, it's more of a how much time are you and your team willing to dedicate. It's the same for the ground one, Sompek. You know, there's teams that have spent many hours getting up to, you know, well over 1,000 waves, and, you know, it's not like a challenge, like, mechanically or, you know, skill. It's a challenge. It's an endurance challenge. I mean, everything's been smooth so far, but I haven't done a space TFO. Weapon damage beta for space, I'll take it. Slowly chipping away at these new space endeavors. I'd like for it to give me more of the armor pen space ones. It's been screwing me over on that. But at least I've gotten a few of the others up a bit. Weapon damage alpha. Captain ability recharge. Yeah. Rubber banding doesn't hurt the exchange. That's not true. People have mispriced things because of the performance. Okay, let me put type 7s back on. I'm not gonna use the Breen frigates right now. I don't think they're good. They're bugged anyways. They're not ranking up in combat, so the way that I tested them the other day was flawed, where I had SAD on the build, because the SAD, as was pointed out to me earlier, having SAD on with the new Breen frigates just nuked their performance because they have Fire at Will 3, and I was overriding that with the Fire at Will 1, so that was a screw up on my part. Yeah, I wish I had 500 master keys, so do a very nice opening for y'all. You barely doffed this morning due to the lag in DS9. Oof. So the other day I did beams with Fire at Will on the Breen Dread, and today I'm going to rock Cannon Scatter Volley because, I mean, that's truthfully the highest performance build you can put on this. And I realize that is ironic that the ship that has the best fire at will extender is better off using cannons. Is a bit ironic, but that is just how the game is. Spencer's going for the budget build. Yes. Michael, thank you for the casual membership. Greatly appreciate it. I'm going to start this off with just a solo ISC just to see. I just want to see how this performance is for the game. Like, how's the server performance if I'm in there on my own? How good or bad is it going to be? NetGraph VFib display incoming. Yeah. I mean, Steven, the thing is, like, the ship itself is good. Like, this is legitimately, like, I don't know where I'd put this, but I mean, this is probably like a top 10 ship in the game right now. Like, the top 10, top 15. Like, this is a really good ship. I mean, it's got a good bridge officer layout. It's, you know, it's got some flaws, like that lieutenant engineer right now is not the most desirable, but it's good. It's a good ship. It's better than the Zentaur Anachron, absolutely. The only thing is, I wish Viral Impulse Burst was not running at 1 second activation time, because that's the only reason I don't have OSS 3 on right now. I should probably just do OSS 3, but I hate using Viral Impulse Burst with its activation time. Yeah, emergency weapon cycle hasn't really been used much for the higher performance builds, like multi-million DPS for a while now. Like a year. Yeah. We're not running emergency weapon cycle or even rage powder weapons anymore on like the really high performance builds. Demo. One. Look at that net graph. We're doing good already. Net graph is not spiky at all.
From this time forward, your culture will adapt to service ours.
Scanning the nanite transformer. Got it. Additional data is available.
Cannon scatter volume misfire.
The nanite drones can repair the transformer. Stop them.
You can see, you can like hear the weapons just are not firing smoothly.
This our programs. You will escort us to your own world. Assimilating your culture and technology.
Just be a little bit rough. I have another CSV misfire that's going to get me killed because these high DPS builds rely on their firing modes for survivability. Another cannon scatterable and misfire. If the game cannot handle solo play, I can only imagine team play is going to go wonderfully. Where can a high DPS build be viewed then? The builds Discord has several examples, and I mean, I did release a build last December, which is very similar to I mean, it's just an earlier version of the crate build. The modern crate build has fully dropped isomags, basically, is the difference. Yeah, there's a new list video for you going over the top DPS ships. Yeah. That has to be one of the ugliest ships out there. RT Ralph, good evening to you as well. It's a beautiful looking ship. There are some issues with the model that I did observe when looking at this recently. Why is it called Crate? Just we were trying to do a little nickname. Pundis, how's it going? I did find a hole on the ship. I was gonna mention it to you. I think someone else mentioned this in the Discord. There's like a I can't see it well here. Hold on. I'm gonna load into a different map. You can see it through with the sun there. Let me open up demo record. For some reason the demo the demo launcher always tries to go to a monitor that's not on screen or not active. Okay, visuals 3. Speed holes. This Breen ship it's an Infinity promo ship. Yeah, it's Infinity promo, which means it's very, very expensive. Okay. Oh no. So this is a demo that I just did last night to take a close look at the ship. Yeah, I know this one I think got pointed out on the Discord. It's got a hole right in the front. Sorry to throw this at you, Pundis. There were a few holes. Let's see. Okay, that one up there you can actually see from the back. Yeah, on console, some people have had success with the crate stuff, but certainly not going to be for everyone. It's a good looking ship. I mean, I know it's not for everyone, but to me, this Breen Dread, I think it looks cool. And the frigate pets, like we know the performance of these frigate pets sucks. Now, I did mess up testing them the other day, as I mentioned before. And they are bugged right now, so they're not ranking up in combat. But the pets really look interesting. The frigate pets looks like a face, sorta, when you get up close to it here. Yeah, I mean they put a lot of work into the model for the frigate pet, and this is totally a ship that we're gonna see as being player flyable at some point. I mean they hinted towards that. Yeah, I mean this is really a neat design. This frigate pet is large enough that there's ships comparable in size to this that have their own hangar pets. Yeah, really, really neat design. The ship can have up to 4 of them at a time, 2 per bay. Unfortunately, the performance isn't there, but visually they're quite cool. Yeah, the frigate is really cool. And the ship looks very, very very immersive for me. Hear me out. A hangar pet that launches its own pets. And I know this got or the ship here. Some people were comparing it to like a Mass Effect relay ship or whatever. Russian doll drones. I really like this. It's neat. Really deep in the model here. It's a neat ship. New Breen warship. But yeah, for the build I'm running right now, it's just an uncommon Vovin like console clicky spam build. I'm running Plasma CSV with Complex, the normal stuff that I run on most builds. If people want, I can post pictures of this build over to the Discord as well. But let's try some team content. While we're dealing with everything being broken, I guess I'm going to use Hellbore. Hellbore is the trade off the Warden. It is severely broken right now. I mean, enough to the point where I think that they need to just go in, nuke the entire trait, and rebuild it from the ground up. It's like that broken. We have found that you can get multiple activations of the trait onto a target, and as soon as you shut their shields off, it will then insta-kill the target. In fact, I might have footage of some of that for you. So let me see if I can find that from the other night. I don't want to pull anything up on stream that I don't want, so I'm gonna blank out my window for a minute. Let's see. Right video. I'm just looking for something. Just bear with me for a moment. I've recorded way too many runs, so trying to find like footage of a specific one can be fun at points. Grumpy, thank you for the 20. Greatly appreciate it. I had a run the other night where I hit Tractor Beam on the Borg Queen and it basically just like insta-killed her because all the Hellbore stacks. Yeah, okay, I just found it. Let me bring my screen back up again. Grumpy, thank you for the 20. I really appreciate that. We're all looking for something, Spencer. I'm even now looking to invest in. Oh no. Okay, so here is the Hellbore trait. It's going to be used up against the Queen here in just a moment. So basically, I can't see where it shows it, but as soon as I go and hit my Tractor Beam here, you're going to see that the Queen just like instantly drops. Okay, it's at 92%. I just hit the Tractor Beam. And that is Hellbore coming into play there because there's multiple stacks that have been applied to the Queen, and with these high haste builds, like there's a travel time for Hellbore, I believe, so it takes some time, and you can get multiple shots off before it lands, so you can get multiple stacks of it on target or whatever. And then as soon as the shields go off, they all do their damage. Well, again, you're gonna see here the Queen just flip. So, you know, let's go back here again. The tractor beam is on, or just applied, and 80 to 0 in one, you know, one little fraction of a second there. To be fair, she deserves it. Yeah. So Hellbore is like just stupidly broken in multiple ways. You should not buy it based on its current performance, because this is not going to be like that long term. Ken, how's it going? Logical? Okay, let's do a public queue of Hive Onslaught Elite and just see what happens. Oh, that was fast. I'm concerned. So to be clear, it wasn't Tractor Beam doing the damage there. It was the fact that Tractor Beam was shutting the shields off on the target. Hellbore does its damage to the target when the shields are when the target's shields go down. So because of how Hellbore is currently working, which again is severely broken, it's one of the most broken traits we've ever had in the game. Like you're able to just get a ton of damage from it.
This is the Kobayashi Maru.
You think it tries Xander? Oh no. Yeah, if shields are depleted while under this effect, it triggers a 2.5 kilometer radius explosion, dealing plasma damage to foes near target. So, yeah, shields go off, and it does lots of damage. There's no spikes in the net graph right now. I did not mean to hit that right there, but oh well.
Only fools dream of victory where none can be
Oh,
had.
we got to have a smooth run. CSV misfire. I was so hopeful. Like, I'm actually, like, my ship is flying around fine right now, but that CSV misfired. I forgot to be quick there.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
Okay, so let's see. What were the Hellbore numbers there? Because the real-time parser on this version of Oscar, I'm using an older one, doesn't have the numbers factored in. So I did 1.6 million pre-Hellbore, and then with Hellbore, that doubled my DPS up to 3.2 million. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong at all.
That form was fled.
What are some of the other Breen ships, the better ones, T6? I mean, the other one that's like actually good is the Breen Intel Courier, which is the lockbox ship from earlier this year. That ship is pretty cheap because, I mean, it's a good ship, but it's not that far off the Terran Hydra. Though it does have the ability to run dual commander, so, like, honestly, it's underpriced. And I know a lot of people have lots of those banked up in fleet banks and all that, but, like, that is actually a good ship. There's good supply of it, too, even though it's not in Infinity. But yeah, the Breen Kethsar Intel Courier is, like, actually a good ship. How are my graphics so good? I mean, you say you've got everything at Ultra. I've got everything maxed out for the most part. Cinematic focus off, bloom quality off. And the game is at 4K. I've got it locked to 60 FPS though, because in combat, even with the high end setup, you're gonna go below 60 in combat. So no need to like set it up to what your monitor is, because it just doesn't really matter. You've got the T6 23rd Century Dreadnought in its box, so you've got an Atlas. Yeah, I mean the Atlas is still the DPRM console is still desirable. Yeah, 4K. It's 4K and it's being downscaled to 1080p for the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, the bitrate's going to be at 20 meg. If you're watching on Twitch, Twitch doesn't support as high of a bitrate, so it's at like 6 or 7 meg over there. Unfortunately, that's just an issue with Twitch, in that I can't push things out to be the same quality on each platform. I think they will release a new DPRM just after the Muds bundle sale at the end of next month. Ian, I am very curious to see what they do with the Atlas 2. I do believe that's likely to be the next lockbox ship. So the ship we get end of August, early September will probably be the Atlas 2. As for how good or bad it or its accessories are going to be, we'll find out. I mean, we'll find out soon enough. Yeah, that was. I mean, that was still. That was still like not a great hive, but that was better than some of the other ones I've had in the past couple of days. Grumpy, the Captain Picard bundle has it, so ship bundles, Captain. Yeah, wait for a 35% sale, and that takes it down to 7,800 Zen. You do get the mirror door on account-wide unlock, but the console from that ship is still locked to that ship, and the Husnock, which does sort of suck. Dan, thank you for the resub, 12 months in a row. Greatly appreciate it. Debating whether to trade up my Infinity 6 box into promo to pick this thing up, or hold out for the Atlas 2 Electric Boogaloo. I think you're fine either way, but I mean, logical, if you have the opportunity to trade your T6 box for the Breen Dread, I would do that. Spencer is a terrible actor. I have no idea what you're talking about, Ugly Hogs. I'm sorry. Some transparency on the Atlas 2 would be nice before people drops in on the Muds Atlas bundle. Okay, enraged post-spam. Here's what I can tell you. There's pretty much no way that the Atlas 2 could be worse than the original Atlas. The original Atlas was not really a great ship. The entire reason to go for it was the DPRM. So I would expect that no matter what, the Atlas 2 is going to be a ship, a platform that is going to be more desirable to actually fly. Dan, thank you for the 5 British pounds. I greatly appreciate it. Stuck in my fleet Norway until this time next year, when I'll have a chance to get to the Dalkina with event campaign reward. Could we get a legendary Atlas? I don't think that's going to happen. Atlas 2 will be a mine layer with seating like the Parliament. Yep. That's not... No. They're not going to make like a 2-5 setup for the Atlas. That just ain't gonna happen. Dan, thank you for the bits. And a super meta consular trait, yeah. We'll have to wait and see. Okay. Let's do infected, the conduit elite, public queue. Let's see if the public queue is able to work better than the one I just did. Oh, Sora, thank you for the 5 keys. We're gonna gamble those here after this infected. Grumpy, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships on YouTube. I greatly appreciate it. If they follow the same logic as the Proxima, Atlas 2 will be a side dread. Grumpy again, I appreciate it.
The situation is grim.
Yeah, we'll see how things are. Someone's flying the giant stapler, yeah. I'm not rubber banding around as much so far, but I can still like feel the ability activation's just not working properly.
Scanning the nanite transformer. Gun. Additional data is available.
Surrender your vessel and prepare for assimilation.
The nanite probe should repair the transformers.
Little bit of lag
Stop
right
them.
there. Oh yeah. Okay. CSV misfired.
A probe is closing in on the transformer. Destroy it.
Yeah, I spoke way too soon. I died? Oh. I didn't even realize I was going low health like that. What is even still alive? Oh, a sphere stayed alive on the right side from my CSV not firing.
Sensors confirm that the transwarp conduit has been destroyed. However, our scans of the starbase are still being disrupted. We will need to send an away team there to look for survivors.
I mean, the issue is the Vengeance, the Lobi one, it's still like a great ship. Like, I feel like... I mean, there's ways they could make it better, but... I feel like that would be a waste of a legendary. But I meant the criticism be towards the DPRM and assume successors. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what that console looks like. Okay, I'm going. Oh boy, Sora with all the gambling. I'll do the promo packs on this character. Thank you for that. No way. Oh. Streamer RNG right there. Streamer RNG. To be fair, I opened a lot of promos on this character the other day. Sora, thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Sora. May your socks always stay wet, Spencer. I owe you something later for that? Yes, I do. I appreciate it. Good game, pity point. You can't facepalm in YouTube chat? What is the pity point for the DOF promo packs? It's around 140. Yeah. So once you open up $300 worth of the packs, your chance to win a ship goes up to was it? It's like a 0.7 chance up to 7% or something. Like there's no guaranteed pity, it's just your chance to win goes up. Again, Sora, thank you. Let's see what happens with the master keys. Got some deltas as well. Thank you, Sora. No luck on the lockbox front. Thank you again, Sora. That was a nice live moment there of that. +160 people in chat, all scrambling to Google STO buys in and pick up DOF packs. Thanks to you. No, don't open the DOF packs. Don't open them, or don't open the promo packs. I mean, buy the DOF promo packs, sell those for EC, and then use EC to buy the ship. If you do that, you can get the ship for right around $100. If you try to gamble for the ship, you can spend $300 and not get it. It's all RNG. Yeah, so just think about how much Nicholas spent the other day, because he used 30k Zen on promos. I'm looking in my bank for the promo packs that are in my mail. No luck on the deltas. That's fine. That promo ship, that RNG there, that was great. Thank you again. And Gibbs is here. So a reminder that over in the CasualSAB Discord, there is currently a giveaway. If I can pull up the correct Discord here. So in the CasualSAB Discord, in the giveaways channel, there is still a giveaway up for some unconventional systems personal space traits, courtesy of Gibbs, and that is up for another 3 hours. Your banks are filled with antiques from the first year you started playing in 2013. Yeah, do not gamble, yeah. Don't do it. But if you are going to gamble, let me find this picture here. Yeah, I could show this. This is funny enough. But yeah, if you are gonna gamble, just stand next to me on New ROM Command. Apparently, you'll get some streaming luck or some streamer luck. You know, just stand next to me, because that's what happened to Steven yesterday. You just did an elite on the Euro server with no lag. Jeez, yeah, Michael, that's rough. Yeah, the new ship is really good, Gibbs. The new ship is good. Yeah, you just gotta stand next to me on New ROM Command when I'm AFK doing other things. You'll have better luck just by being on the same map. Yeah, That was what Steven was basically saying there. Kenobi? Sora, I'm gonna send you something. Sora, I'm gonna send you something for that. Thank you for the Breen Dreadnought. I appreciate it. No idea, General Kenobi. No idea. I did not hear anything about that. There you go, Sora. Check your mail, you got something. No problem. What is this T6 ship coupon gift pack? So if it's still in the box, that is tradable, but that is for you to pick up like any of the 3,000 Zen ships in the store. Roland, how's it going? Terrible Gibbs. Gamble bad. Dan, thank you for the bits. Yeah, that was crazy. Logical, I'm pretty sure this ship is still at like 1.8. Before I buy anything ever again, they have to get the servers working, yeah. Yeah, I can do that. Let's do Lobby ship. Those are always more interesting. Okay. Let's do Lobby. Or Lobby ship. There you go, Sora. Yep. Thank you, Sora, for that. So in the Discord, there is now another giveaway up for the next 2 weeks, courtesy of Sora, for a T6 Lobby ship of your choice. Yeah, I wanted to get a review out for the Breen ship, but like it's just been so demotivating to try and do things over the past couple of days. Like it's just you're bashing your head up into a brick wall, you know, trying to do runs right now. It's very frustrating. How big is this compared to the Vodwar? I'm gonna go back to the start area of New Rom. If someone wants to bring a Vodwar Juggernaut or do any other ship to do a size comparison to with the Breen Dread, I'll be right at the starting area of New Rom space. Oh, that promo ship is that promo box is going to be a Breen Dreadnought. Oh, it's just not loading. Yeah. Indeed, Mara. So yeah, this is a really large ship. Logical. Yeah, that's rough. I mean, this is. I mean, the VOD Jug is comparable, but this is definitely a little bit larger. I mean, Everwind. This has the highest hull capacity in the game. Can't handle this garbage. This has a hull modifier of 1.7 that's tied with the Herc Vedcrid for the highest in the game. Makes the VOD Jug look skinny. Bridger with the 20 gifted memberships. I really appreciate it. Thank you, man. There's a lot of big ships here. Highest hull capacity in the game. Casual streamer here still manages to blow up an ISC. Wow. You know, that's toxic. If someone wants to bring in a Borga Simulator 2 for that size comparison, if anyone has one. Durgath. I mean, there's the ROM Enterprise J variant. Do I think any of the stats of this ship were improved due to the negative reception of the Legacy Pack? No. Nope. Gibbs, did you won a ship? Congrats, man. Sorry, I was not on the correct tab and I have fly-ins turned off. Congrats. How many packs did that take? 20? Hell yeah, man. Congrats. Yeah. I mean, oh yeah. Like, side by side, this dwarfs the VOD Jug. Yeah. And for me, you know, the VOD Jug still has benefits for some situations, but like for how I play the game currently, for just day-to-day like gameplay, I'd rather you go in with the Breen Dreadnought than the VOD Jug. The VOD Jug has a little bit more firepower, you know, but I mean, this is really not that far off. They're both really powerful ships. And this has 2 hangar bays. Gibbs with the 20 gifted as well. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Minnesota Vikings just spent... You spent 10 on the Terran Trailblazer for my Delta Recruit Science Officer. I got it upgraded. Just wondering if I made a good investment. Yeah, the Terran Trailblazer is a good ship, yeah. Is it the best science ship in the game? Not anymore, but it's still good. Like, if you're looking to fly something that is the Voyager visuals, then that is basically tied with... Or no, that is the best for the pure Voyager visuals. That's tied with the Janeway, which doesn't have the same like skins. We have a lot of ships here. I'm gonna turn demo record on. Demo record. Breen Dreadnought size 001. The Durgath is so flat. Oh yeah, the Durgath is tiny in comparison. Yeah, I think you made a good choice if that's what you're looking for. Like the Terran Trailblazer, it's not as good as something like the Ark Royal, which is a science carrier, but if you're looking for the Voyager visuals, that's basically as good as you're gonna get. Like, I'd rather fly the Terran Trailblazer than the legendary version of the Voyager, so... yeah, if you're a Voyager fan, you made the right call. Big boats, we have a lot of big ships here. Yeah, Kenobi, go for it. I appreciate it, Kenobi. Yeah. Lot of big ships here. Basically, every big ship in the game is here. The Borg Assimilator is still the king, but... this Breen Dread? Yeah, it's big. There was a Viridian here not that long ago. Nice. Romulan's the right way to go. Especially Romalian. Watts, how's it going? No Vomp? Yeah, I guess there hasn't been a Vomp in here yet. Does anyone have a Vomp they can bring into New ROM System 1? It's a good chip. Like, it's legitimately good. I was trying to work on a video last night, and I can show at least the thumbnail for it. I was like, I can't stay up right now. I need to go to bed, so I stopped, but... I do want to get this out this weekend, just like a mini review. Like, I can't do full performance testing with how the servers are right now, but I can at least give my thoughts as to whether or not the ship is actually worth it. One of my friends on PC was talking about how he thinks the Ark Royal is just as good as the Terran Monitor, and he was talking about how he feels... I mean, both the Terran Monitor and the Ark Royal are really good. I personally prefer the Ark Royal because I like having the Intel seat. OSS is really important to buffing up Fleet Power Network Array, because that scales beyond 125 aux power. Yeah, that's been a back and forth for a lot of people. The Terran Monitor, you lose the secondary deflector and the Intel seat, but in exchange you're getting an extra console slot. So either way is valid. Like, either ship, either approach is valid. A lot of big ships here. There's the Emerald Chain down below. Now, this thing does also have a cloak, but it's just a normal cloak, so normal cloaks don't matter. Yeah, normal cloaks suck. They just have no combat relevance. So this is as long, basically, as that. No, the Emerald Chain is just a smidge longer, it looks like. But this has much more mass to it than the Emerald Chain. Let you log in with the jelly. We're getting in all the size comparisons today. Oh, is there Seneca here? If there is, I didn't even notice. So what's this here? Okay, that is actually a runabout. I was gonna say, if that's a player, like a T6 ship, then that's rough. Pundis bring in a Wolf 359 cube for reference. Love the look of the Enterprise J. So does Trizander. Trizander's a big fan of the Enterprise J. He acts like he hates the ship, but he's even got like a physical model of it up on his fireplace right next to his computer. It is absolutely his favorite ship. Yeah, there it is against the Nadarian Defender. Probably your favorite Enterprise. I love the Durgath. It's so lovely. Wish it could get the TOS KDF texture as an option. That'd be cool. Yeah, the Durgath is a ship that, I mean, you know, the stats are the same as the Enterprise J and the, well, similar to the Valkys, but it's not the strongest ship, but it's still, you know, fun. That is a ship that I paid a lot of money for back in the day. .3D printed Enterprise J Pizza Cutter 1. Oh no. Okay, let's do another TFO. Thank you everyone for these size comparisons. We've got a lot of people here, as my niece is running back and forth down the hallway and running into my door. Let's do a Crystalline Catastrophe Advance. That's 10 players. Let's get 10 really large ships in there. What is the best shields to have? The Discovery rep shield's fine for that set that has. I'm currently using the Kittimer Alliance shield, because this will do anti-proton damage to foes that are shooting at me, so... Especially on a ship with low shield capacities like this, it works out really well. Just taking a look at some messages I just got. I'm in new ROM instance 1, but we're going to go into a crystalline. You're going to bring a tank in to keep me alive? I should not have survivability issues with this setup, but because my firing mode is not consistently activating, that is impacting my survivability. So for high DPS builds right now, they are able to be extremely survivable because of things like the Valdor console, which is keeping your shields up basically just from firing your weapons and doing damage. So yeah, the Tilly shields from Disco are really good for survivability for the two-piece, or with the two-piece. DS Venus fired. Lag? No. I mean, this is so bad. It's not as bad as the other day, but yeah, it's not good. Yeah, the research assignments are really great for power leveling. Oh, I just did the public queue for it. I didn't team up at all. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Like throwing a brick through a window. Let's do to hell with Honor Elite public queue. We can probably get a few instances of that going. Server not responding? No, never. Myth, how's it going?
To all troops.
Warning, ship is under attack.
I've noticed it'll let me like hit the subjugation array without actually having a target near me.
This is the Kobayashi Maru.
Yeah, this TFO is apparently not over on console unless there's an event for it because of all the turrets on it just causing performance issues over there.
Go to Shipyard Alpha. Destroy the Mokai vessels before they can power up.
Having a ship that big in atmosphere is wild, yes. Indeed.
Warning, ship is
The
under
Mokai are taking
And yeah, it is
from
not
Shipyard
a
Alpha.
battle cloak.
Smell of material in the fog. Glory. The Ulysses people will damage anything near them when they are destroyed. Reading workforce coming online at
Yeah, this
Shipyard
is a ship that brings in a lot of firepower.
Die here is black. No vessels remain at Shipyard Epsilon.
50%.
The travelers power up the multi-vessels.
Yes,
that
we
never
misfired.
get
No.
Stay close. Forget repair. That was the last vessel that Shipyard Gamma.
What is the meta plasma variant nowadays? Ultimate.
Okay, vessels are powering up at Shipyard Delta. Shipyard Beta before the multi can escape.
More shields remaining.
Shipyard Delta is now clear of multi-vessel. The multi-vessels are powering up their warp core. Stop them! Ship opposite this rapid car. Watch it away. No.
Aw, damn it.
Delta has some honor.
Hit me with the ISO charge.
Give her a warrior stuff. Exchange route and proceed for the target. Let these fools die screaming.
Warning, ship is under attack.
I'll tear this suit high. Fire the weapon. Kaula took over the rift with her mycelial weapon.
Rear shield failing.
Look, the lightning ships are emerging from the rift. Close the rift before the Alati overrun the system. A fine shot. Look at the size of that fireball. Increase power and fire the
Yeah, this is a
weapon
great
again.
TFO.
Wait. Look at these strange energy reaching from the area. The mycelial rift draws energy from the nearby reactor. Destroy it. The rift has been sealed. You have done well. Kaula has targeted a cross-searing reactor station. It's feeding the rift. Destroy it. Be advised. The reactor has a blast radius of 5 kilometers. The rift has been sealed. You have done well. It will work this time. It must work. Oh, okay, Mr. Hula, now. The rift has been sealed. You have done well.
Looks like the Dead Space plasma cutter is doing well.
Success. our enemies forever. Only a gigantic like you will use a lifetime to fight that master Dracula. Let's go to the focus. Maximum force. The closest rift before we can pursue gold. Right? The rift will close. Something is keeping it open. Something big is emerging from the last rift. That gigantic galactic walker is keeping the rift open. Destroy it! You sealed the last rift.
Yeah.
Well done.
Good job, everyone. Sam, how's it going? Yes, Dead Space Plasma Cutter.
Attention!
Yeah, this ship just happens to look like quite a few other things, doesn't it? Gives off vibes like I know people said the relay thing from Mass Effect. You didn't die? Nice. Didn't notice before. You can see over the edge there. Yeah, just the ISO charge got me. Terrible Mara. The plasma variant that we tend to default to is ultimate plasma nowadays. So on the high performance builds, we're doing ultimate plasma dual cannons, not dual heavies. We're doing the duals because they can potentially proc the Credence console dilithium transporter a bit more often. Maybe get a little bit extra damage from that. And for the aft, it's the Pavin Omni, of course, and then the plasmatic biomatter auto turret from the Lobby store. Yeah, is my game too loud, by the way? Like, let me know if my game is too loud when I'm talking, and I can turn that down. Like I just did a little bit. Do I think this game will ever change the dill limit? 8K a day sucks. Jason, you can do more than 8K a day. You just have to do it on multiple characters. So I've got a video going over this, but like I can do 8,000 per day on each of these characters. You just have to spread activities out between your characters. And I mean, theoretically, you know, an account can do 400 or 500K refined lithium per day. They will likely never change it, you know, past the 8K a day per character, though. That you can get an extra 500 a day from the Fleet Dill Mine and another 1,000 every other day from being a lifetime member, taking it up to effectively 9K a day per character. But I don't expect them to ever change that, and I believe that they shouldn't. I think it would be very, very bad for the dilithium exchange, which is already in a very poor state. It would be very bad for them to take it above the like just the stock 8K limit a day per character. Basically, the issue we have, I mean, there's a lot of issues with the Deluxe right now. Part of it is just the fact that there are lots of large accounts that are farming up, you know, for 500K a dilithium per day, and then, you know, converting that over to Zen, you know, that certainly is an issue, but it's more of we don't have things to spend dilithium on. But it's very, very popular for people to ask for them to raise that 8K limit or make like an account refine limit per day. If they did that, like you would instantly see the dilithium exchange shoot out. Like it would probably double or triple from where it is right now. Because you have a lot of people that have played one character for the last decade that are, just capped out on how much lithium that character has. And if you were to go in and let all of those players convert all of that very quickly, it would flood. Just it would way overflood the market. Yeah. The deal exchange has taken about 2 months now. It's not just Admiralty farms. There are other issues. For instance, the fact is, those. I'm just thinking I can't say some things, so let me rephrase this. The bots are an issue. The farms are certainly not helping the situation. But having talked to people, including some who I'm pretty sure are a bit more involved than they were leading on to when I talked to them, my impression is that those farms, they're not great, but there's not enough of them to be causing the issues that we're currently facing with the Deluxe. I believe legitimately that a lot of the Deluxe issue just boils down to the fact that we just don't have anything to burn our dill on anymore. Back in the day, it was fleets. That's why I said a couple weeks ago, with the fleet dilithium changes they did, where you get so much more fleet creds per dilithium now, they really need to put in some mega expensive, give us some mega expensive fleet items that are going to cost like 5-10 mil fleet creds. They need stuff that expensive, that is desirable, to give people a reason to contribute dilithium to fleets, and therefore to drain some of that dill. But that won't even be enough. They need to do a lot of things. Would adding some new fleet holding tiers help? Yeah, I mean, I've got plenty of ideas for how to expand fleets. There's a lot that they could still do there. It's just, I don't think they currently have the capacity to do that, because I think they're focused with what team they have right now. I think they're too focused on, well, they're not too focused. They're doing what they need to do. Just getting caught up and focusing on, getting the next bit of content out. Yeah, I know, Crossed. I know. There's a lot of videos I need to do. Is it possible to convince them to do more controller support for PC? I would love for them to give people an option for both PC and console to access either interface or maybe a blend. I think that there's people on the PC side of the game that, because, of how they play the game, or, for issues like that, where they would benefit, from having the option to toggle into the console interface. And I also think that there's people playing on console that would benefit from being able to access the PC interface if they plug in a mouse or keyboard. And console games nowadays, they support mouse and keyboard. That's just something, the developers have to enable. I think offering all platforms a way to access either interface would be helpful. OTOS support, that's not going to happen. That's something the community has to do on their own. Yeah, secondary deflectors don't do as much for higher performance builds as they used to. They still help, but they're not as big of a deal. Terrible. That would be an accessibility feature, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there's people that have tried to get a house to work on PC before, so. Nice. Like, I think for console players, when it comes to the interface, you know, if people, PC or console, if they want to have the PC interface or the console interface, that should just be an option right in the game settings to access either. For combat, and then outside of combat, like, I know some people are used to how the console setup is for the UI over there, but the console interface for the non-combat things, having now used it, you know, for the past couple of months, the interface is garbage. The interface for anything outside of combat over on console is just complete garbage. If I want to do anything, any little task, there's so much more, so many more clicks, so many more windows you have to go through over on console compared to PC. Like, if I want to list, let me see, what do I want to list here? You know, if I want to just go in and check the price of an item on PC, I can just drag the item into the window. Over on console, you'd have to type the name out. If I want to then go and, say, sell that item, you know, over on console, it's a much more intensive process. Let me just find something here. So if I wanted to sell these batteries over on console, like the steps to do it, it would take a little bit of time. But over on PC, I could just be like, okay, I'm going to sell this for that. I'm going to sell this for that. You know, I can get through these rapid fire compared to console, which is going to be a much slower process. That's another good example. The bank, yeah, that's an even better example. So over on console, if you want to go in and like put something into your bank, you have to go into the bank slot, select the slot, and then you can select the item you want to move there. On PC, I can just click. I want a console player to tell me how long it would take them to move 20 boxes over to their bank, because on PC, it took a couple seconds. Like, that's the big issue. Like, for console, I understand why people like that combat interface, and I think that's something that should be an option on PC as well, for people that want to use a controller on PC. But when it comes to the non-combat stuff, like, if you could have a mouse and keyboard plugged in and use that for the non-combat stuff to get through reps and all the other little UI stuff, your life would be so much easier. Yeah, I know, everyone. I don't, you know, for me, I like the combat experience on PC more than console, just because of how much more control I have with keybinds. I like that I can, you know, really customize everything in much more detail on PC, on the PC interface. But I understand why people like the console experience, especially with the auto activation, even though that's not perfect. It still makes just casual gameplay of the game much better. Dan, you can just plug in a USB keyboard and mouse in, and they'll work on console. Yeah, there are people that have set up keybinds for controllers on PC, and they've got it working. Rachel, how's it going? Okay, let's do some more content. Most people who like it on console have not experienced PC. I was that person. So, Progress, when you were playing on console before you experienced PC, did you think all the PC players like trashing the console version were just being dicks? Like, was that the impression you had? And then when you got over to PC, you were like, oh, is that basically what your experience was? Why am I using auxiliary to structural? It is, so all bridge officer heals are pretty much garbage right now. but the point of Ox to Sif is it has a low cooldown, and I'm using it basically as a way to proc the Boimler effect, like as another quick proc chance for the Boimler. It's there for cooldown reduction, and now that I'm running on this setup, I'm running reroute power from life support, which slows down my bridge officer ability recharge, but Boimler counters that. So it's just to try and help counter reroute, which is giving me a power buff. "100% being dicks, and the opposite, not having tried consoles, so not knowing what they were talking about." I was wrong. I have a video, Roland, going over my keybinds from about a year and a half ago. My keybinds have changed a little bit since then. They're a bit more specialized for some of the stuff I do, but that keybind guide is still really good. Use Subspace Beacon. Rank 2 is 22.5% cooldown reduction. I don't want to burn a trait slot on it. Oh, you're talking about the bridge officer ability. I was blanking to the wrong thing there. Hold on. I have not looked at that in a very long time. Astro Tech 2. Said Subspace Beacon. Oh, the Intel power. And I am blanking today. Oh, I don't want to burn a slot on that, though. I mean, does that start an ensign? It does. If I do that, though, then I have to give up. That's the issue. I don't have room for another Intel ability, because I need these for Uncon. Yeah, I just don't have room for it, and yeah, from what I recall, it wasn't that great. Maris... 10-second base. Gotcha. Let's do another ISC here. Public queue, infected the Conduit Elite. I'm also going to take Hellbore Light off because I want to try to get something that's a bit more lasting parse-wise. ISC or gambling next? Terrible. We got a legendary Avenger right here, there. We got lots of Avengers. Those honestly seem like they could fit in the hangar bay in here. Like that this ship is so large that it feels like both of these inquiries could just straight up fit in this hangar. No update yet on Hellbore. It's almost as large as the Nero ship. This ship is effing ridiculous. You like it, Gibbs? It's large. It's fun. There's a lot of features to this, and you know, built-in array is neat, though you don't notice the visual too well in combat. Hellbore is the only real thing going for Legacy outside of the Barbie ships, yeah. It's still... It's still a bit wild to me just how hard Legacy sort of flopped, you know, stats-wise. Obviously, we don't know how sales of that did, but I can imagine it wasn't anywhere close to what Heritage did.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Scanning the
CSV
nanite
misfired, let's go!
done. Additional data is available.
This run's already done for me.
Target shield has failed.
Oh, we're lagging too. Oh.
Resistance is
Another CSV misfire. Oh yeah, here we go. See. I'm gonna die on this side unless my CSV goes off. Nope, CSV misfired again.
Rear shield failing. Right shield failing. Left shield failing. Hull integrity below 75%.
Another CSV misfire.
The nanite probes can repair the transformers. Stop them.
More shields failing.
Oh, I finally got a CSV.
Rear shields failing. Right shields failing.
A probe is closing in on a transformer. Destroy
And
it.
it's like my weapons just don't want to fire.
More shields failing.
Look at the tac cube still hasn't spawned in. There it is.
you will be born.
With servers this bad, I only fly the jellyfish now. 100% serious. They cannot misfire that. Yeah, that's true. The jellyfish is a very good ship to use in laggy instances like this. Yeah, Sevit, so I just wanted to retain some unconventional systems procs on this. So the issue is the ensign level intel ability that you can use for Uncon is Viral Impulse Burst, and it has a 1-second activation time, which is just terrible. So I mean, OSS 3 would be better. That would without a doubt be better. But what I'm doing right now to mitigate that is I'm also running reroute power from Life Support 3. This provides a power buff and a max all power buff, but the penalty with that is it lowers your recharge time of abilities. Thank you, Kenobi. You play on advance and you don't use a parser and have the same issue. I saw that game was on sale recently. I really considered picking it up. I am not running Ship of the Line, no. Trait-wise, with my Plasma CSV setup, it's Complex, Cultural Conquest, Terran Goodbye, Withering Barrage, The Ruin of Our Enemies, then I have Universal Designs, and then I have Superior Area Denial on. So, just those. Uh, no, that will not. That will not stop the lag issue. Do I play Counter-Strike? No. The only shooter that I have played recently is Battlefield. Yeah. In fact, with the servers being the way they have been, I've been playing a bit of 2042 again. If you disable STO, that will resolve the lag. Yep, indeed it will. Bureaucrats, thank you for stopping by. By the time you get Universal Designs, it will be out of meta. Let you in. I'm flying away from everyone. I'm gonna head. Oh, you're right there. Yeah, you're in a little shuttle. Yeah, I mean, you could absolutely fit that in here. I mean, you could fit larger ships in here too. Like, this is legitimately a pretty large hangar bay here. The model makes you bounce off. I mean, there's a console that lets you bypass that, right? I gotta find it. There's a Romulan console that will let you briefly fly into, like, it removes the collision mechanic. I gotta remember what the name of it is. I might not have it on me right now. Yeah, one of the early Romulan consoles lets you the phase cloak one, yeah. Please tell me that's a joke. A guy selling a yacht thought for $3 billion. I mean, that is pretty excessive. $2 billion I've seen. Okay. I'm curious about something. I'm gonna swap ships for a moment. From my point, I can look into the entire hangar. Yeah, 500 mil or 2 billion. 2 billion is possible. Like, I've seen people do like lockbox ships plus 2 billion. Okay, let's. Sora, don't move. I'm gonna do some testing here in a moment. Can a crossfield fit into this? We gotta find out, once and for all, does it fit? Okay, where is the phased cloak? Does the crossfield fit into this? Not quite as deep as we saw in the shows and all that, but it fits. Oh, the console turned off. Who says it sounds like you're slurring your words after 40 minutes at 2 times? I am slurring my words. I'm sorry, Warpcore. That's just how I am. You should see how my recordings go. Like how many times I have to re-record some lines. In the show, they move the nacelles inwards. You need an adult. Does it fit? Huh? So the answer, does it fit, is yes. Need a bit more phase shift, and this has its own hangar bay inside it, so I'm gonna turn this thing around. This is I got a couple seconds of that at least. Docking with Spencer. Oh my. Oh no. Does the Breen ship fit into Earth space dock? I don't know. Which console is that? The console that I was using to go into that ship was the molecular phase inversion field. This is off one of the Romulan ships. Might be a low-level Dideridex. But yeah, it is certainly interesting. I'm going to do that again. Now that that demo record up, I want to just turn around properly. The console misfired. Of course it did. The console misfired. T6 ESD when? I mean, I showed this like a week or so back. No, Fire at Will is still under canon schedule value performance-wise. They could have given this Fire at Will extender 100% uptime and it still would have been below CSV. Oh, wrong one. Not in here, hold on. You want to know when we get the tier 6 CSD? It's right there.
You will lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
There was your tier 6 ESD. Let me get a better angle of that. Again, this is running at a very fast speed. That's why it was, you know, so fast. Like this is.
You will become one with the Borg.
That was like 3.5 minutes, just really sped up. Okay. So yeah, it fits. Definitely fits in there. But let's do some more content, or see how this fits in ESD. Unfortunately, I'm on a Klingon character, but I'm gonna pull a whale move here. So just hold on one moment. But yeah, this trait does not push Fire at Will like above cannons. It doesn't even really make it that, you know, it's not competitive. Like, I mean, it is competitive. You could still do really well with the beams, but like cannons are still on top. Like they could have given this 100% uptime for Fire at Will, and it's still wouldn't have changed anything in that regard. Yeah, it doesn't even make it that much better than ATM. Yeah, exactly. Yes, I did. Thank you, Sora. Whale move is what I'm about to do here. Popping another one on another character. Making sure I have ship slot. There we go. My Fed side's got one now, which is where most of my tanking stuff is going to happen moving forward. Show us your secret echelon bank. Casually buying ship slots for gamble ships is an ultra whale move. Okay, I'm going to go to ESD. Let's see the size over there. That would be nice. Would be nice, logical. Endeavor has a clip of ESD doing like a pilot maneuver. I think he's posted it before. If not, then I apologize for spoiling that. Wow, compared to DSI, this is really large. Breaking news. Large ship is large. Okay, let's go to ESD. Dan, thank you for the bits. I mean, Merrick Worker just in general needs a revamp, and that'll help a lot in that regard. Won't solve every problem, but it'd be a good start. Does it fit in the dry dock? No. It just swallows the dry dock. Even the Acheron doesn't fit in ESD? Yeah, I mean, compared to ESD, like, this be a large ship. Dan, again, thank you. Little bit of rubber band here. I got too close, but yeah. She big. So the reason I opened this up on my Fed size, I wanted to, like, I've been putting a bunch of stuff onto this Fed Psi, and just in general, I think this is what I'm going to be doing tanking stuff on moving forward. Which means, too, like, for my event campaign box, you know, as for what I was going to use that on. For my event campaign box, let's see here. I mean, this character I've been doing DPS stuff on as well, so I mean, a Shrike, sure, could be cool. But what else? The Sagan's getting a little bit older, and I feel like that's prone to be in a promo or in a mods bundle sooner rather than later, so I don't want to choose that, but that would be cool to have for this character if I'm going to do tank stuff. It's probably just going to be the Shrike. Like, I don't know what else to get for this character. The Sagan, yeah, it's people get so mad whenever I pronounce that. Like, I'm not intentionally going in and messing it up. It's just I mispronounce things a lot. Dan, thank you for the 2 British pounds. I appreciate it. Yeah, I may as well just go for the strike. Just get this character a strike. There we go. It feels pointless to build tanks and DPS builds on console STO. It will, especially when you're not able to actually do like parsing. Like the in-game scene just isn't the same over there. Based DPS brain rot, absolutely meh. When the Sagan goes to a Muds bundle, I'll just get it there. Yeah. So long as the weapons fire, it'll go off. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, Sora, I am. Becky, how's it going? Picks the strike and doesn't even unpack it. I opened it. I opened it. Who do you think I am, Triz? If I get a box in the inventory for a ship or whatever, I'm gonna open it. Don't worry. Or Triz. He's not even here. I will do... I have the in-game funds where I am able to equip a couple characters on my account. Both of my ROM tacs I generally keep up to date. Casual's gonna have the most bleeding edge, but I mean, you guys have seen the Oscar tables where for solo, like I've got 3 really developed characters that are able to do well there. Okay, solo. Like, I've got 3 highly developed characters. SOB and SAB are not, you know, quite as up to date as Casual, but they're pretty damn close. You know, I'm in a position where I can use my market, my in-game capabilities to fund, you know, more than just the one character. It's expensive, you know, it takes a bit of time playing the market, but I can do it. Okay. Hive, Onslaught, Elite, Public Queue. Yes, I only know like 4 TFOs in the game. Buy echelons for all your characters. I have, Yeah, Ed, absolutely. Everyone should buy echelons for all their characters. Thank you for putting that in chat for me. Ed is absolutely right. Everyone should pick up some echelons for their main character and all their alt characters. They're so cheap on the market right now. I think that currently they're underpriced. Yeah, they are currently underpriced and deserve to be at a much higher price point. They were like 700 mil still. That's pretty cheap for a lockbox ship. The Echelon is more than viable.
Is under attack.
That is a great console from it.
Resistance is futile.
Weapons fire? Look at this lag. You can see the animations are like everything is just so screwed right now.
Four shields failing.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim
We got
another.
this. There we go. That was great server performance. Dan, look at your Hellbore. Without your Hellbore, you were at 172k. With the Hellbore, 1.16. Hellbore OP. Yeah, look at this. Yeah. I was like, that queen died really fast there. Hellbore. Hellbore was doing some work. Offer an anti-lag booster for only 30k in the market. If there was something I could buy to have my infecteds hosted locally on my own, or like any of my TFOs, any of my solo TFOs, if there was a thing I could purchase to have my solo task force operations run locally on my local hardware, I would pay that. Like, I legitimately would pay that to be able to do that. Just went on the market. Spencer's local STO farm. I have enough compute power here that I could easily handle running a local server. I could do it. Just give me the option. Cypher? Yeah. Let's see, how is the Echelon market doing? I mean, I ran it for a while. It was fine. Like, it's just, you shoot weapons, you mark them. You shoot energy weapons, you mark targets, you get crit chance. Like, it's a good console. Echelon. 695 on PC, then it goes to 700, 750. Not that many listings holding it back from being a billion again. I mean, this is legitimately, hold on here. I have to find something. Okay, so you can see here that this was made June 7th of this year. Like, I'd been looking into doing this, I just never got around to it. But, you know, this is well before recent events. Like, I was ready to do a video on the console, and just didn't have time to get it done. But, like, it's legitimately good. Like, it's a good console. It's up to 15% crit chance for you and your team. that are within 10 kilometers of you when you activate it. Like I like if I do get around to this video, I'm gonna just say like every support player, every high-end tank should probably have this console on their build, and it's, you know, even DPS wise, like it's still good. Yeah, indeed, Croust. Indeed. Yeah. It's a good choice for crate, just not the only choice, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Progress, like the DPS community has been saying that for like the past 5 to 8 years. Because you got to remember these server issues everyone's experiencing. Like DPS players doing like high level runs have been experiencing this for years. Most DPS players have like that are actually like at that really high performance level have quit because of the server performance issues. That's part of why it's so funny when you see people go online and start bitching about like DPS players, because they're not even actually encountering like the high level DPS players. They're encountering, you know, just like mid range people doing, you know, low 100Ks who, you know, have an understanding of how to put a build together. But, you know, the difference between the players they're complaining about and the actual like top end DPS players is actually a much larger margin than the performance between them and those like low to mid range DPS players they're complaining about. It's funny. And logical. He truly is a market manipulator, brings a tear to my eye. I mean, that's the other thing too. What's really funny when it comes to stuff like that, Thomas, is the people that are going to be the most toxic are typically the people at the lower to mid range DPS levels, or like, yeah, like that 100 to 500K area is where I tend to see the most toxicity, because they're people that were at like a low DPS point that started to put a build together, and quite a few of them end up, not all of them, but there's quite a few that end up developing like a bit of toxicity. That get frustrated that others, you know, aren't doing the same thing they did. When you get to like actual high end DPSers, they're most of them are more than happy to help, or, you know, help point you towards at least the resources for you to improve. But most of the toxicity that people attribute to DPS players isn't coming from like the actual like high level DPS players. It's coming from people at a much lower performance level. What are DPS players? So in STO, we measure like player performance, build performance based on how much damage you're able to do. DPS is damage per second. There's like on PC, we have third-party tools that we use to track our DPS performance. And then there's tables you can upload your records to. And like you can go in, see where you stack up against other players. There's solo tables, there's team tables, various difficulties, various maps. Like it's just a way to give yourself something to do at endgame, because once you've finished your reputations, like that's STO's endgame. Like after your reputations are done, your doffing, your crafting, like all that's left is, you know, space Barbie, fly your ship around, you know, increase the performance of your ship, you know, increase the DPS. Yeah. Invest 12 billion in a build just to suffer. Yeah. That is why Spencer is highly toxic. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There can be some toxicity, you know, at even when you're doing anything competitive, that there will certainly be a bit of trash talk, especially between, you know, the teams or players, you know, competing at that level. That there's going to be some banter there. That just happens with every competitive thing. A lot of it's, you know, playful, just playful banter. Like if I say Cheops, you know, that was terrible, or if Cheops tells me he watched my flying and had an aneurysm, you know, that's just playful banter. Because at 100k plus, it's clear you're at least trying to get DPS, so you're inevitably going to be mad it's not higher. At 500k, you're in the mid-range, but think you're the high end, so like to flex muscles you don't have and think you know everything. Yeah. If I tell Spencer he's an irredeemable grifter, it's just because I love him. Oh no. Terrible. Don't think I'll ever break my record run. 2.3 mil in ISC. Not with the servers the way they are. Lem. Yeah, Lem knows. Lem's been there for these conversations. Yeah, there are certainly tools, traits, and consoles that will help you to achieve, you know, like the really high numbers. But you know, getting up to 100k, 500k, you know, that's all stuff that can be done without needing to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars in the game. Like if you want to replicate like one of the absolute top performance builds, you know, the cost of that's going to be like a grand or higher. But like replicating or just putting something together that can get you, you know, up to like 500k, that's doable at a budget. Yeah. Okay. Logical. I wish I had as much control over the market as you guys seem to think I have. Okay, I'm doing another Infected the Conduit Elite public queue. Let's see how it goes. Will STO cooperate?
The situation is grim.
I haven't looked. What is my hold capacity with the prototype? 190k, geez. This is gonna be a rough experience. I can already feel it.
Transport us to your home world, where we will begin assimilating your culture and technology.
Scanning the nanite transformer. Done. Additional data is available.
Someone else got down for me. My Vovin keybind isn't working because with the lag. By the time I've reselected, it's only just then registering it. No.
Nanite drones can repair the transformers.
No CSV. Everything is fine. Brune, how's it going?
Sensors confirm that the transwarp conduit has been destroyed. However, our scans of the starbase are still being disrupted. We will
No,
need to
this is
send an
perfect
away
server
team there to
performance.
look for survivors.
I get trashed by my own fleet for being goodish. Got called a whale earlier for offering to sell a promo ship before I put it on the market. I mean, you offered to sell your fleet a promo ship first before you put it on the market, and they got mad at you. Yeah, that's a rough one. Rune, having a great time playing this wonderful game. We've got a very smooth experience right now with these servers. Everything is fine, 100% ability activation. What is the best Lobby stuff to put on the market? Just grab some random Lobby ship. I mean, the Advanced Obelisk sometimes does well, but it's a very slow mover. Like, most of the Lobby ships outside of, like, the Vengeance, Adalith, they're going to be really, really slow to move. %110% of abilities are activating? Yeah. Absolutely. Nice rubber banding mechanic I've got there? Yeah. The Lobby traits are really cheap because the barrier to acquire them, the cost is so much lower, so people that don't know what they're doing, that don't follow the market, tend to buy them. Sometimes you check Shadow of the Black Mountain. Sometimes that's worth a bit. Yeah, but just expect any of the Lobby stuff to take a while to move. Yan, you can get Ruin from a Muds bundle, so you can get it account wide for $150. And that's going to be, Muds bundle sale is going to be coming back up in a couple weeks, right? So I would just go for the new Breen ship with the FOD trait. Use your promo box on that right now, and then get Ruin from the Muds bundle. I mean, that way you have it on account wide unlock. Yeah, they already confirmed we're getting a Muds bundle sale end of the month. Thanks, Noble Island. Glad to help. That would be nice, Microvax. If that ever happens, I just wonder what they're going to do with it. Like, are they going to... Do they know the value of the refit is, like, high enough that they put some weak ships in there, or... I don't know. I need to look at what ships are not yet in bundles. Yeah, 100% chance it'd be UD and 2 times junk. Yeah, most likely. Where's the deflector dish on this ship? It's right up here. This little green bit right here. That's where it is. So Xbox has a Zen sale right now. PlayStation does not, as far as I'm aware. PC just had a Zen sale beginning of July. Is the itemized good? Are the items off the Breen? I mean, the trait and the console are good, yeah. So I was noticing something else with this ship. The Ectomi. The Ectomi's got a decent side trait on it, but not... The ship itself isn't anything special. I have a different visual on this ship that looks a little bit weird. Or just an observation. So at the back here, there's this big shield to keep things in, right? If you look over here, you see how you can see through right here? So there's the shield to keep the back of the hangar bay secured, and then there's... Oh, is that just a visual error? Then there's a gap here. There's a leak in the model. What was the other question? The Borg deflector, it doesn't stick out as far as you'd think. Hold on. Just right there. Is it the largest ship in the game now? Not quite, but it is definitely one of the largest. Largest by volume, yeah. I mean, the Borg assimilator, I think, is just a smidge larger in that regard, volume-wise. Or like the just with everything that is going on, but I'd say, yeah, this is probably number 2. And that atmospheric effect going on in there is really cool. Also, I haven't shown this with Vanity Shields, but here is the bowl. I like what that does for the visuals here. I think the ship is good. It's definitely the best promo ship we've seen in quite some time, and the fact that it also has really good accessories on it, yeah. It's just all around like a good ship. Section 31 looks fine on it. Platinum, not quite as impressive on this one. I mean, it looks fine, but yeah. No, that looks terrible. That's Bozeman Titans. Lucari doesn't actually look good here. There's the texture on it just looks a bit rough, in my opinion. Riemann, yeah, I saw Riemann on the stream that they did. Very, very shiny. Yeah, the thing is, like, this ship would have been desirable without the FA trait, and the fact that it has the FA trait on it just means, like, that's why you're seeing people still, you know, days after release of this ship, still selling it for 2 billion EC. Because, like, the ship itself is good, and then it has one of the most desirable traits in the game, you know, right on it, which just... Like, this is bound to be probably the number one choice for next year's event campaign box. Yeah, there's the Slime Devils. Triz's favorite. Do I have the white Vandy Shield? Is that the... Are you talking like Dyson? That's not it. No. Emerald Chain does not look great on it either. Kittimer Alliance? I don't know if I have that one. Let me see here. Not really my thing, but... I did Platinum. Platinum looks fine, but... Not my favorite on this one. Go for the Friendship. The Friendship is going to be the better carrier platform between those two. Competitive? Do I have that? Devin, happy birthday. The competitive looks terrible. That looks like garbage. Yeah, the competitive does not work on this at all. Like, for me, how it lines up. Do we know what the Endeavor shield looks like yet? Didn't Endeavor do a video the other day? Yeah, okay. Endeavor did a video with the... Yeah, Endeavor has a full video here with all the Vandy shields. Yeah, including the Endeavor one. Yeah, from what I understand, talking to Endeavor, he found a way to do all of them right in the in demo record, so he can do all the Vandy shields quite easily on all the ships now. Yeah, let me copy this link into chat. But this video's got all the visuals, including the Endeavor one. And it's flying around it from different angles, so go check his video out. He's got the Vandy shield coverage locked down. Mac, he's gone in for you. Poor Mac. Endeavor's going for you. Yeah. PvP worthy? I don't think this is a ship that you're going to see probably used in PvP. Not that much PvP happens anymore. This is a very slow-moving ship, and I imagine people doing PvP would much rather be in things like the Hydra or the Breen Kethsar. Exactly. The official Discord is where most STO PvP happens nowadays, yeah. I'm just thinking what we can do here. You know, it's been a little bit since we did a Kittimer Vortex Elite public queue. I only do the Borg TFOs because like those and To Hell with Honor and like Battle of Corfez are the only ones that I really enjoy. Can I imagine people doing PvP, especially with the server performance? No. No. But yeah, that video is gonna have all the Vandy shields on it, so definitely check out Endeavor's work if you want to see all of them, including the Endeavor one.
Borg transwarp. There are 2 active.
Yeah. No one hates the PvP community as much as the PvP community. That's what you'll learn looking at any of the conversations between the PvP groups.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
You will lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like.
You're headed for the time vortex. Stop them.
Core shields failing. Cargo shields failed. Rear shields failing.
Please, on board. Surrender your vessel and prepare for assimilation.
I thought that was dead already. I mean, I'm walking away from it. It's still alive. What? She's dead. Yeah, this is a wonderful experience.
The scimitar has been destroyed, but
Yeah. The server is chugging along. Reverse Picard maneuver? Yeah. Yeah, this is an interesting experience. You know I don't have my webcam on or even plugged in right now, but in my hand right now, I'm holding a processor that just happened to have been sitting on my my desk here. Let me pull up the light here. So this is an Intel Core i7 5960X from what was that? Broadwell? Like when was that? 2014? Like I think that, could handle a local STO server better than whatever stuff they've got going on right now. Like I think if I had a local server running on that processor on an old X99 system, I'd be having a smoother experience than what I'm dealing with right now. What are you talking about? The servers are smooth and clearly it's your fault for running a parser? Oh no. Maybe if they made the legacy bundle better, they could afford better servers. I imagine, like, we joke about this. Okay, so we do joke, and I know many of you know this as well. They're probably running on actually like decent server hardware. It's more that they're probably on like a too cheap of a plan, they're just not allocating enough resources. Look at the Ryza instances. For a while there, they were allowing 50 players per instance, and that was causing way too many issues. They're just allowing too many people to be on the same like core thread process, whatever on the server, and they need to lower how many instances and all that, and how many players can be on sharing the same pool of resources. Either lower how many instances or players can be on that set of resources, or increase the amount of resources being allocated. Lower the densities, yeah. Now, as some people have noticed, and I know this got pointed out on some discords, and I think even on Reddit, we're on like a new code branch now, right? So maybe it's just an issue with this branch. Yeah. Watts. Spencer checked your mail. Okay. Oh, more deltas. I appreciate it. Let's open these on 31 again. These deltas are not liking me today. Yeah, there's lots of possibilities. No, you're fine, Sora. It's not your fault. Staying up late to get this delivery was not the strat. If someone porch pirates my weed eater, I could just take it as a sign to let the weeds grow. Grumpy, that's rough. I've done that before when I've messed up my sleep schedule, just pushing a little bit longer to like wait for a call, wait for a package. That's always fun. Yeah. Indeed. Like if they wanted to consolidate resources, like here's a big one. Reputations. It would tank some queue activity, but if all the rep marks were just pooled into one, that'd consolidate things quite a bit, but that would have some gameplay impact. Account wide all currencies. I mean, I'd be down for that. Account wide rep marks. Play on one character to get marks that you can use on another character. I mean, I'd be perfectly down for that. How many times have I broken my sleep schedule in the name of just one more ISC run? Not that often. When RNG was actually doing like DPS runs, we never really pushed past like midnight my time. If we did, it was on rare occasion because we had like Michi on from Europe. Like we all had limits to how late we could be up. So yeah, there's downsides to every change. Yeah. We haven't done a Corfez. We should do a Corfez to see just how great it is with the current servers. Battle of Corfez Elite public queue. I'm going to put Hellbore on just to make my life a little bit easier here. Just take advantage of that while it's just completely broken. If the servers are going to be just completely trashed, then I need all the help I can get. Oh, yeah, that reminds me too. The console from the event, I do need to test that. But like that is very difficult to test when my testing environment is solo ISC and I can't do solo ISC. Yeah, that username's great. Moving the dill limit from per character to per account would absolutely tank the economy. Like the dill X is already bad, but if you gave these people that are single player, that just have a single character and they've got like 10 mil unrefineds in there, if you told all of those players, which that's probably the majority of players in the game, if you told all of them that instead of just refining 8k a day, they could now do say 100k a day per, from that character, that would just flood the dilithium economy. It'd make the situation so much worse. I was just giving an example. But any per character increase is making it's just going to make the situation worse. Now, I'm not advising that they do this, but one of the ways they could bottleneck things for, I mean, it's not a solution. It'll make it harder for real players, but they could lower how many listings you could have at a time. But that would have severely negative consequences for legitimate players that are farming dilithium. I can already hear, I don't even know if Kraus is here right now, but I can imagine that he's getting a rage response.
Vodwar ships have invaded the...
For how terrible that would be. Yeah, we're gonna YOLO this without a side team. That's how confident I am. No, I'm not gonna do that. That's actually really stupid. Science team 2.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Core shield failing. Shield has failed.
My ability activations are rough, but yeah, we need dill sinks, and it's just a matter of finding what is a good dill sink. That's gonna be good long term, because like dill Vandashields were good for a while, but they're not good anymore. So the impact that they have decreases with each sale. People get the ones they want, and then they don't care anymore. I mean, that had misfires, but that wasn't as terrible as some of the other stuff. It might just be that there's not other instances of Corvez right now.
The Teray are sending us...
Oh, we got Teray. Yeah, we definitely need more ways to spend dill.
Stop any Vodwar ships leaving underspace and protect the Teray.
Yan, that's way too long. Do you have it posted at anything other than 500? Because if it's posted at anything other than 500 dill present, it will not go through. You will literally wait a very long time. I Kraust, I knew it. I knew that was going to get you.
Is under attack. Right shield failing. Core shield failing.
There be some lag. We are going to lose this. Especially with me getting a sub-nuke right there. Yeah. Misfire at will. Well, there will be another promo pack sale near the end of the promo pack run, so don't buy any promo packs now. Microvax, just wait for them to do a better sale. I don't know what's going on with their sales scheduling. Like, to me, it's just idiotic that they don't have the promo packs on sale for the entire weekend. Like, ending it, you know, what is 14 hours into the weekend for US people? Yeah, that's a bit rough. Classic Orphez, yeah. So when the Muds Bundle sale does happen, it'll be for like 4 or 5 days. And then we'll probably have another one at Black Friday. You would hope. I don't think, yeah, Ryokan, I completely agree. I don't think they fully understand what's going on sales wise either, because there was no announcement for Xbox having a Zen sale, right? So when it got brought up in the Discord, there was confusion about it. We always knew, you know, going into the transition that the first you know, during the transition was rough, but especially the first year of the new team taking over was going to have some rough patches, and we are most certainly in what has been one of the roughest patches so far with the server performance. On Microvax, no, that's just something that they historically do. They did advertise their ship live stream, but only on social media. There was no blog for it. That's part of why their views were so bad. Um, like they had 125 people or something like that watching it. Like they just didn't advertise it. If I was them, if they want to get those Twitch streams to do well, I mean, I think they should be doing on YouTube as well. It's really not hard to go in and set up multi-streaming nowadays. Like there's plugins you can get completely for free right in OBS that allow for multi-streaming. Like the way that I do my streams is I primarily stream to YouTube, and then I have this plugin here that lets me do a separate configuration for my Twitch stream. So I can do YouTube at the bitrate that I have it at, which is 20 meg 1080p. And then Twitch, you guys are getting only like 6 or 7 megs because of limitations Twitch has. I don't think Twitch wants me to say. I think they don't want you to say that you're getting a worse experience watching the stream on Twitch compared to other platforms, but because of limitations they have in place, that's exactly what's going on. Sales for them feel like an afterthought. Yeah, reported to Twitch, please. I mean, I'm gonna pull this up. I just like the Twitch streaming is for me more for a, you know, it's more of a convenience for people that prefer to watch things over on Twitch rather than YouTube. But I primarily do YouTube, and if Twitch got pissed off enough that they banned me or whatever, or punished me for saying anything like that, I just wouldn't care. Like it would suck, it would suck because some of you do support through Twitch, but the experience YouTube offers is just better. That's a Twitch problem, not a me problem. Twitch doesn't like it. They should change that up. Who's I don't yet, but I will in the near future. Yeah. Yeah, I really think they should be doing the streams to YouTube as well, because their VODs aren't even going to be saved to Twitch as long, right? So Twitch has the better chat platform, YouTube the better streaming platform. Go figure, yeah. The Jovian Raider's cool, but I think most people are going to benefit probably more from the 50 Qs, to be honest. Like the Jovian Raider, I've got it right here. Hold on. I have it on a character I don't even play anymore. I guess the point of what I was saying, Logical, is I don't really care what the Twitch police would say. Okay, so Jovian. Let me go up to space here. Yeah, Cypher, it does quite a bit. What really is important with Complex is Complex will do shield penetrating damage and it's a dot. So you could have a target at like 5%, and if you have enough Complex stacks on it, you can, move away, move on to the next target, and it's going to die from the dot. So now for the Jovian Raider, is this thing worth picking up? For most people, probably not. I mean, it's a cool little ship. If I do get that Muds bundle, I'm going to grab it just because I'd rather have another ship for my collection rather than the 50 keys. But, there are stronger ships in the Zen store. Like, your Hydra's going to be better than this. The Breen Kethsar is better. That's not C store, though, but that, just pointing out, like, there's a ton of better ships than this. Like, this isn't a bad ship, it just... It's a fun ship, really. It's a fun little ship, and that's about it. It does have a neat animation with its console. Like, they put a lot of work into the animation, the visuals of it. It really is cool in that regard, but, like, the console, if I look at it here, like, you're not getting that much from it. It's a beam overload and rapid fire extender. Yeah, it's a console that gives you beam overload 3 and cannon rapid fire 3. And the trade-off this Precision Scrapper, it's basically just like the Kobayashi Maru buffs when you use Surgical Strikes, Beam Overload, or Tractor Beam. Yeah. Like, it's a cool little ship, but I can understand why most people wouldn't care about it. But yeah, I guess to answer, for people wondering about the Breen ship, is it good? Is it worth it? Well, mine appears to look a little bit different right now. Hold on a second. Do I still have that phase console? I love it when this happens. I really do love it when this happens. Oh, sorry, I was gonna walk through your ship. Can you level it out? I gotta demo record this. Demo record. Moving around with this is a little bit difficult because I still have, I'm in the Breen Dread. It's just bugged to be my character right now. Just doing like a sort of T pose there, not full, but. My character's quite big. Nothing is quite as fun as when that bug happens while in a TFO. In an emote like this. Stop exaggerating, Spencer. Time to go feline in space. Sadly, you can't use that when you're experiencing this. And people said the Breen ship was big, can barely hold a dozen people. Yeah. I just love the animations when it's doing this. You could walk outside of the SD and look at the... Yeah, I remember that. Truly casual in-game content, yes. My character is bigger than a Lavenger, it looks like. Now, if only I could get the Undean Battleground to... the battle zone to actually work so I can get the tokens for the rep gear I want. I'm not that far away from that. Let's see. Is the... okay, I'm not bigger than a Lavenger, but yeah, it's fun. How are the Breen pets? Currently, they are not that good. They're bugged. They're not they're not ranking up in combat. The performance I saw from them the other day was really bad, but I was also running SAD, which I blanked out and forgot that SAD would actually hurt their performance. So yeah, the performance isn't amazing, especially with the current issues. And I expect on a full carrier build, you're going to find that other pets are still doing substantially more. The pets, so the Breen pets have fire at will 3. And if you give them SAD, you're replacing, you're overriding that with your fall 1 from them or whatever, so... Fall 3 versus Fall 1. New background for your monitor? I'm definitely like bigger than that D7 down there. The Typhon's interesting though. There we go. Yeah, it's an interesting size comparison. Okay, I'm gonna go over to the Undean Battle Zone. I saw a call to help over there. Let's go see. Let's get the Undean Battle Zone to complete. Yeah, it does make redirecting arrays obsolete. Yes. Oh, lag in sector space is a good sign. Yeah, redirecting arrays I think is just a really weak fall extender. Yeah, planet killers fail to spawn. I gotta see this. The battle zone's falling apart. do this. We are in Space Battle Zone number 1. I don't know how many players they allow in this. There's actually already quite a few people here. Let's see. Space Battle Zone 2 has only got 4 people in it. Let's just see how far that one is. Yeah, we got quite a few people here. Let's just go instance 2 of the battle zone, and let's just do it. I'm gonna go to I hate these ones. I'm gonna go over to the laser ones here. Just spread out. Let's get this thing done and see if the planet killers bug out. And if anyone needs to, get some Undian marks or whatever on an alt, head on over and let's do some battle zones. So the orange effect happening around my ship there, that like shield, that's the Nukara Tholian warp core thing that I have on. Was it the Crystal Harmonic set in the mud store? I know that this is the hard content that you guys come to this channel for. Oh boy. When we're getting reward boxes too, it gets really bad. Rubber band a lot. The ultimate plasma also seems appropriate with this ship, like the colors, match when it's firing.
Warning, ship is under attack.
I can finish this one if you guys want to head on over to the next area. I basically just have to sit here and wait for like 3 or 5 minutes or something like that.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Need to do a tour of the galaxy with Protostar.
Target's shields have failed.
See how's our progress going. We're getting through this pretty quick. Quack. I can't English. I ran out of coffee.
Warning, ship is under
It's causing me issues. It's already bad. Like, I just natively tend to mess up when talking a lot. I don't know why, but it happens.
Warning. Ship is under
And
attack.
not having any coffee just makes it worse. Oh boy.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
10 to 12 mugs a day is my daily intake of coffee. You know, these battle zones, some of them, you know, I know that they're stupid easy with our power creep. But we should do, like, it's probably a good idea for, like, some future streams. You know, help some of you work on alts and stuff like that to do, just incorporate these battle zones a bit more. Like, I know, like I said, they're stupid easy.
Warning. Ship is
But
under attack.
it's some nice casual content. And some of these battle zones, just, they never want to move. Yeah. I also would really like a higher difficulty version of some of these. Like, higher difficulty, better rewards would be cool. A lot of people were not fans of Dyson initially, but, I mean, over time, it really got to be a big part of the game. Yeah.
Warning.
Yeah, the Zenkathi, just the design of it just really didn't work for people.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
I mean, the battle zone works now, it just, people don't have fun with it. And the Gamma Quadrant Battle Zone, that one was just... I mean, Zenkathi and the Gamma ones, I feel like both of them was just flopped. That jittering is just because of the size of my ship. I was hitting some of the obstacles around me. Yeah, Zenkathi and Gamma, just, they're boring. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we can hit the interaction in the middle here. I think. Yeah, activate Federation device. I'm taking damage and it's stopping me from hitting it. Disadvantage of being in a big ship. Yeah, Dan, I think I'm gonna need you to hit this one. I keep getting the interaction canceled. Yeah, I can't get that to activate. I need someone with a small ship. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Oh boy.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shield has failed.
Okay, all that's left is that bottom sector.
planet killers have been revealed. Make your way to their locations. The planet killers are now active. We have 10 minutes to destroy as many as possible.
Here we go. I'm going to break off and go to the middle one. Just split up a little bit here. Yeah. Yeah, the Terran battle zone's great.
Warning. Ship is under attack. 4 shields failing.
The planet killer is invulnerable. Use Starfleet's tachyon device to destroy the shielding.
Yeah, this lag's not great in here either. Bouncing all over the place.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
The shielding is down. Focus fire on the planet killer. The planet killer has been destroyed.
They did. Too much combat logging. The clock is not going real time, by the way. At least it didn't look like it was. Now it is. Looked like it was a little slow there at points.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
The protective bubble is down. Go after the planet killer.
Yeah, that was a little rough.
The planet killer has been destroyed.
The lag too when everyone's getting the rewards distributed. Let's give it a minute to realize things have finished. There we go. That was an interesting experience.
All 3 planet killers have been destroyed. Excellent work.
It doesn't take too long to get these battle zones done and farm marks. Like, if you have people
The
in
Undine
there, it's
will
just...
return, but we have... Belay that. There is a massive Voth fleet inbound.
Oh, you're fine. Help me out here, please. Trying to get the
All
power source
ships
mission from the
return to
Romulan
the
logistics
staging
officer.
area.
Of
We
completed tier
must
4 of the
prepare for
ROM.
the Voth.
Yeah, aren't those missions all like in a thing now? Like New Romulus? I'm pretty sure they're all in this New Romulus story arc right in the journal now.
Destroy all the primates. This sphere will belong to us.
Like, there's so much firepower here, and it's like 3 Voth ships spawn in. The poor Voth. They're coming in for a fight and don't realize, like, they ain't even gonna come out of warp. Like, the animation for them to be out of warp isn't gonna be finished by the time they're dead. 19 died before they could render. You got this.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Yeah, they're dying before they're even visible. Okay, now there's one I can see. We got to see the bulwark for 3 seconds, yeah.
Ship is under attack.
I mean, these things are such, like, low level that our pets are basically, like, one-tapping them. Whenever combat actually starts, look at the clock. It slows down so much. You're seeing enemy file names? You got it. Yeah, I do want to do something with that new keybind tool, but I've got a lot of other things on my plate first. I'm not saying, you know, that it's never going to happen. It's just not an immediate priority. My prior keybind video still works. The old software, you know, if people use that, like, it's accomplishing the same thing. It's just the new interface. The website is easier to use. Like, I will get around to it eventually. It's just, like, I've got a lot of things on my plate right now. Other things on your plate? Who are you kidding? It's stacked with orange chicken and we all know it? Oh no. Yeah, I mean, it's a really good tool. I will do a video on it eventually.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
I don't know if Neverwinter or Champions are also having issues. I really don't know.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Yeah.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
So with the slowdown of time that happens whenever combat does happen, like this 5-minute area is probably gonna have taken like 10 minutes. I don't know, someone can check the VOD later to see, but I see 438 seconds on the parse so far. Would picking up those items those items help the lag? Probably not. They're just markers, yeah.
The Voth are retreating.
How many marks did we get for that? 10? Well, I mean, we got an accolade out of it, so that was a joke. Those rewards. That was rough. Yeah, that was an experience. I'm gonna get out of this map. Personally, I am convinced that Spencer's builds are what the server can't cope with. Check the parse to see how much your console did. Okay. So Sora, The event console was not able to do any damage in the combat that we were just in. Unless it's this warp core breach. No. Your console from the event did nothing. You were using fire at will. Yeah. The fire at will builds did the best because they hit everything around. Most of my damage came from full broadside, and my CSV didn't do too much there. It was just the wide arc of fall. Do I have a fleet? Yeah, I've got the Breakfast Club, and that's on Fed and KDF. It's not really a social fleet. In fact, we generally say we're antisocial. Basically, they're fully built-out fleets. You get instant store access to buy any fleet stuff, though, of course, you need to bring the fleet credits and whatever else is needed to purchase the items. But there's no social aspect to the fleet. It's just there, so you're in a fleet that's got everything, and you don't have to worry about any of the social stuff, any of the fun things you see in other fleets, you know. It's just, you're here, you get store access, you get all the mechanical benefits a fleet has to offer without the social downsides. You need a break? You got whiplash from all that rubber banding? I can't test that console because of how the servers are right now. Sorry, just looking at some messages. You can hit it, it just didn't have an opportunity with the combat that we were just in to actually do anything. Yeah. Everything either died too fast or like your console just, I mean, really that's what it boils down to, is all the Voth there just died too fast. The console didn't have time to do anything. Well, yeah, I mean, it's only up for 30 seconds, and we had the way that was right there, it was just rough. It was full of patch, yeah. You just didn't have a good opportunity to get around in there. But yeah, the Breen Dreadnought, it's a fun little ship. There's a deep space encounter here. I haven't done one of these in a while. Does this also lag? I bet it lags. Yeah, Fa did kill everything when CSV couldn't. That's exactly what happened. CSV's outdated now. You heard it here first. I'm being sarcastic before anyone takes that serious. Okay. This is a mission popping up in space that I can't actually interact with. Thank you, game. That was interesting. Okay, how's my flight back to Neuron? No rubber banding. That's good. Yeah, but I'm gonna wrap things up here. This was an interesting stream. We did a lot of Borg TFOs. We did some battle zones, got some size comparisons done for this wonderful Breen ship. The Breen ship is good. Don't gamble for it though. Especially now that the packs aren't on sale. Don't honestly, I would just hold off on even buying these packs right now. Wait for them to do another sale, which they'll probably do near the end of the promo pack runs. So around the middle of August, we'll probably see another sale, and that would be the time to buy any promo packs. In the meantime, if you want the ship, buy it off someone. Yeah, it's 1.8 billion. We're right around there in the trade channels right now. But that's still substantially cheaper than trying to gamble for it. Yeah, I probably will play some Battlefield 2042 here in a little bit, Chiaps, but for right now I'm going to stand up, get away from the computer for a little bit. It's been fun. Thank you all for tuning in. And regarding the fleet stuff, I do have a channel in the Discord for anyone that wants to join TBC, if anyone is interested in that. And there's also giveaways up in the CasualSAB Discord. One of them is for some uncon traits that ends in 7 minutes, so I'll be sending those out later today to the winners. And yeah, that's it for now. Grumpy, thank you for the 10 and the gifted and the other dono before. I really appreciate it. You got your 60 volts of weed whacking fury, my man. Nice. Yeah, Mike, it really was a mistake on their part to have such a short sale. Like, some of their sales stuff, I would love to get them to change some of this. Like, it does not make sense why the sale's already over. Why not have it run through the weekend? Like, a lot of people are weekend warriors in this game, you know, that they only really log in and do stuff during the weekend. That's perfectly fine. Why isn't the sale there for them? Like, this would be a great time for them to have a sale up, and they don't have it. Like, they ended it early. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know. Yeah, and fix the servers, which, I mean, I imagine that's a huge priority for them right now, so we'll see what happens next week. But, yeah, that's it for today. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. As soon as I can find the stop button. Bye, everyone.